Hey guys, Jake is back with another build orders guide video, the final video actually in the series, and we're going to wrap it up with our Space Pirates race, the Dark ELDAR. Well, I just want to say congratulations if you've made it this far. It's been one hell of a ride. I've gotten lots of amazing feedback from these videos, but now finally it's all coming to an end. So, as I mentioned in an earlier post, I know next to nothing about Dark ELDAR, but thanks to my good friends Luna, she's a good Dark ELDAR player, and the Blast Furnace, probably one of the best Dark ELDAR players I've ever seen, they were able to help me put together these builds and sort of teach me on how they work, and now I'm ready to show it to you guys. So let's just head straight into our normal map. Insane AI, everything looks good, and let's begin the video. Okay, now we're going to do this old-fashioned style. I'm not going to talk about tier 1 and tier 2. I'm just going to show you these 4 builds that you can do with Dark ELDAR, and it's up to you to decide which ones you want to choose. Now the first one, as usual, you don't know what to do the standard build. So this is just your general opener. I'll start the game now. So what you need to do is you need to build the Hall of Blood and queue up a generator, and at the same time queue up 2 mandrakes and get those mandrakes to cap your points as per usual. And one thing to keep in mind with the Dark ELDAR, because you'll be starting off with 1 tortured slave for most of the early game, get him near close to your listing posts. And so what I mean by this is when the Mandrake is after Mandrake is capturing it, you build the listing posts and then you queue him to immediately go to the next strategic point that will be captured soon. So at this point we're just getting him to wait on this point here, and the squad will capture this. I'll actually queue up the caps as well. Maybe there. Hall of Blood is done, so we go 1 warrior and then 1 Archon. You can also start with the Archon first and then the warrior. So you see I start on the Tower of Loathing and then I immediately move to this one. So I don't want to have my Tortured Slave idling, because if this point gets built and he's still over here, he has to walk all the way over and build this post. So just keep that in mind. I always queue up my Tortured Slave so that he's never somewhere far away from where I need a building to be put up. Okay, and we just, get our LPs up. With this warrior squad, we can go out harass. We can also just capture points with it if we want to. So Tower Loathing, Shift Q, and the strategic point. It doesn't take long for the Tortured Slave to do that little thing he does with his tool, whatever you call that. So yeah, he just does it, immediately moves on to the next one. So, and put that up. Archon is out. It's just this, cool. Very nice. Kill off the builders, obviously. And so with the Archon, you want to overwatch his Incubi, because you need the Incubi to, what does it do? Increases the effectiveness of all the Archon's abilities and reduces the recharge time. The Archon's primary ability is this Animus Vitae, and what that does is it stuns a squad, like so, for a couple of seconds. And what that allows you to do is get in close with either your mandrakes or your warriors and just start wiping out that squad. You can also get in close with the Archon as well. And even those few seconds while the squad is stunned can be enough to sort of wipe it out completely. So it's a really good ability. It can also bug, which is annoying, but yeah, this game is bugged in general. And so while we're doing all this, we're getting our 2 LP2s up, and then an extra generator. So while we harass, we're still aiming to go for tier 2 when we can. But yeah, this is the standard build, guys. Dark Eldar have very high attack, but not a lot of health. That's why people call them the glass cannon race, because for that reason. And then we go tier 2. Cool. So that's the standard build, guys. Just be careful that your units don't go too deep, because if one little mistake like this that I did here, and you can lose an entire squad. Alrighty. On to the next build. Okay guys, so this is the second build. This is the Hellions plus the Reaver Jetbike combo opener. And this is an opening you'll see get played a lot more amongst Dark Eldar players. And the reason for that is because the mass of Reaver Jetbikes is really hard to stop in tier 1. The DPS on them is just insane. And you can pretty much wipe out, you know, those early tier 1 squads in a matter of seconds. It's crazy. And you can pretty much use this build against all the races except for Necrons and Orcs. The reason being Reaver Jetbikes. If you call, you know, the Dark Eldar the glass cannon race because it's like they're made of glass, well, Reaver Jetbikes are made out of paper, okay? So that should put it into perspective a bit. They're very easy to kill. So that's why this build is also pretty micro intensive. You don't want to be losing too many of your Reaver Jetbikes, okay? So we'll just get into it. Make the Dark Foundry, queue up a generator, and 2 Mandrakes as usual. Yeah, Dark Eldar get their vehicle building in tier 1, which is pretty nice. And so we're also going to be needing the Homunculus Laboratory to get the Reaver Jetbikes, because we'll only be able to make the Hellions at first. So Luna and Blast told me that you can go to Hellions with this build. I might just make 1 Hellion, just so I have extra resources to get my LPs going and get the laboratory up quicker. But, you know, if you want to do so, be extra aggressive, if you're focusing more on gaining value than, you know, ecoing, I guess, then for sure, make 2 Hellions. Like, it's not gonna hurt you too much. Just make sure you don't get your points decapped. But yeah, it's definitely a possibility to just go 2 straight off the bat like this. But again, we're just down a bit low on resources. So the way I'm showing you now is kind of more catered towards getting your jetbikes out quicker. Cool. Just cap as per usual. Cool. Oh, actually, you know what? We'll get these guys to come up here and help harass. I think that would be a better idea. So notice how my tortured slave's not idling. He's always moving around to the next points to build the Tower of Loathings. So that's very important. Keep that in mind. Make sure you're not idling your tortured slave. Anyway, Hellions are out now, as you can see. Fast moving unit, kind of like a raid unit. They specialize in melee. And we just go around to our opponent's LPs and try to decap them where we can. Okay, I've got the resources now. I make the laboratory, queue that up. And now we just kill the builders. So if you notice, like, they're doing less damage having to chase the servitor away. So just set them to range and then just shoot it down. Like, it's way more efficient doing it this way. because otherwise they won't really get damage in just chasing it in melee, right? So just shoot it down, and it does pretty decent damage against, you know, weaker units like builders. How about our mandrakes over here? Okay. Okay, so we can make one more Hellion squad now because we have the resource for it. Homunculus Laboratory is done. Okay, lab is up. Now we queue the Jetbikes. Did I make a second generator? I'll make a second generator as well. And we just go out and harass. Look at how quickly these units just kill in melee. It's crazy. Oh, I love it. Good stuff. Keep killing the builders, obviously. We don't want those alive. We want our enemy to keep having to make more of them. Second Hellion squad out. So with Dark Outer, you really just want to be... you want to use them for what they're good at. They're pirates, right? So go out, raid your enemy. That's what they're made for. Just be careful that you don't accidentally kill them or get them killed, because yeah, they are very weak. We can go tier 2 now. They are extremely fragile, so yeah. Handle with care, please. But damn, getting so much value. I like all this sort of stuff, you know. Reaver Jetbikes can also decap points. Can't cap, but just decap, which is good. And if you need to make more, because your vehicle cap starts at 3, you can just make it a slave chamber, which is 75 blue. And this is it, guys. Yeah, you just go in, harass, gain so much value. We can use our Reaver Jetbikes to hunt down the builders. And if a commander is like trying to focus one commander trying to focus one jetbike, just control that jetbike and micro away from the commander. That's the good thing about Reaver Jetbikes, because they're not a squad per se, they're individual units, so you can just select one of them and micro it to move away from dangerous enemies. So yeah, if I just check my notes again, yeah, this is pretty much the build. Just go out, harass, go tier 2, in the meantime macro, get your LPs going, all that good stuff. And yeah, this is it, guys. One quick thing I forgot to mention, when you hit tier 2, is to research the Reaver targeting module if you're going for the Reaver Jetbike spam. What this does is it makes your Reaver Jetbikes more accurate, so they'll be able to do a disgusting amount of damage, and they become more accurate while also moving. Another thing as well that you should be researching is the Soulseeker ammunition research, and this basically increases the accuracy of all your Dark Outer units. So yeah, make sure you have those two research. You can also do the Night Shields research just to make your vehicles have a little bit more HP. So yeah, definitely keep those in mind, guys. Now I can move on to the next one. Okay guys, for build number 3, this is the Fast Scourges build. Now, Scourges are like the heavy bolters of the Dark Elder, just with the added effect that they can also jump over terrain. So with this build, you can jump into your enemy's base, just, take out a few buildings and jump right back out. So Scourges are good at, good anti-infantry, anti-heavy infantry, and they can also be upgraded to be anti-vehicle, anti-building, which is absolutely insane. These are very strong units, except obviously that they're also made out of paper, just like the Reaver Jetbikes. So let's get into it. Make the Hall of Blood and the generator. Cap our points. Now you can make 3 mandrakes, or you can make 2 mandrakes and 1 warrior squad when the Hall of Blood is done. Mandrakes and Warriors, I believe, cost the same, 150 blue. I'm just going to make two Mandrakes and one Warrior squad just to help with fire support, right? So, cap. Okay, I'll just read my notes here. Okay, after capping points, harass with your Archon, Mandrakes, and Warriors. Cool. So we're trying to get fast Scourges here, so preferably like in the third or fourth minute we will get our Scourges. Oh, sorry, go tier 2. So we don't want to spend too much time in tier 1. This means obviously we won't be upgrading our LPs because it'll just delay our tier 2 even more. Cool. And I'm not going to talk about the soul powers in these, because these are just going to be build order guides. I might make a separate series on each race's kind of mechanics, if you will, and strategies on how to play them. But these are more of just like openings you can go with to just to start the game off, right? Kind of like openings in chess or something. Okay, now we go out and do some harass. Get our LPs up. And then we just wait for our requisition to build up. While we're harassing, we still want at least one scout / mandrake to capping points, to still be capping points, so that's important. Where's the builder? There. Still get the incubi, obviously. We'd need, that's a must. Okay. Get the Tower of Loathing going. And now we just rip apart our opponent's squads. I should have used that ability on the squad that was trying to run away, actually. That's another thing. If a squad's trying to run away, just stun it, and then you can just keep attacking it. It's great. Yeah, this is why I made the... Oh, tier 2 now. This is why I made the warrior squad, because if the enemies try to run, they can just get shot down by the warriors. Okay. Now, while we're going tier 2, make 2 slave chambers, because we will need the population. So just make 2 like that. All good. And maybe we'll just upgrade 1 LP, because tier 2's quite a while away. A few minutes away, so we can just maybe upgrade 1 LP just to get a bit extra requisition. Okay, cool. And we just target the builders. Get the builders out of the picture. I wonder, can we make 1 more generator? We need 330 blue stockpiled for the Scourges. So I think we can get away with one more generator. I like seeing our power at +20. It helps build up a generous amount by the time you get to tier 2. And I just blundered a Mandrake squad. So don't blunder your squads, please. Sometimes shooting is better than melee. Okay, tier 2 now, and we just queue up 2 Scourges. 2 to start with, we're going to make more later on. The more Scourges the better, obviously. And we just done that. See, when I have more incubi attached, this ability gets recharged faster. And while our Scourges are coming out, we will make the laboratory. We need the laboratory to research the Soulseeker ammunition. That'll make our Scourges more accurate. Buff them up really nice. Canoness is coming. Can I... How good is the Archon against her, I wonder? I'll just get this add-on as well, just to get our soul power going. Okay, so here come the Scourges. Yeah, decent damage actually. Jump in. Now they have a bit of a setup time before they can fire, just like with heavy bolters. But once they start firing... Ooh-wee, they do so much damage. Oh my goodness. It's crazy. We'll just bait our opponent's infantry to us. Add the leader. We can, okay. So, Homunculus Laboratory is up. Research Soulseeker ammunition. That improves the accuracy of all Dark Outer units, as I mentioned. But yes, this is going to be crazy now. Probably get another slave chamber up so we can build the third Scourges squad. Might have blundered another Mandrake squad there. Yep, that's fine. We'll just mow down these Celestians. Get the missionaries first, actually, so they don't tie us up. Because Scourges have really bad melee. But, yeah, look at how quick their health goes down. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay. And as you can see here, Dark Lances, if you add those, those are very good anti-vehicle and anti-building weapons. Do extremely high DPS to both of those. And while we're, you know, out gaining value like that, we can just make the Witch Cult Arena, get our stronger units out, get some more LPs going, do our globals, all that good stuff. Oh. Don't want to be losing Scourges, obviously. But yeah, this is pretty much it, guys. This is our Scourge mess. Very, very hard to deal with. I feel like artillery is kind of the only way to deal with this. Or like some kind of vehicle mess that the Scourges won't be able to break apart fast enough. Otherwise, yeah, this is a very, very strong build. I've lost a few games actually where, you know, Scourges have just jumped into my base while my army has been out doing other stuff, and they've just wiped out all my buildings. Look at how easily they die though, just to these Celestians. 2 squads of Celestians. Does pretty good damage against these Scourges. So I won't be able to win that fight. But yeah, that's basically it, guys. Get your Scourges out, wipe everything out. GG. Alright, on to the next one. Okay guys, so for the last build I'm going to talk about is the Fast Raiders build. Now this one is a little bit more unorthodox than the others. It's a bit of a cheeky one, honestly, if you want to, you know, be a bit of a hassle to your opponent. Basically, if you don't know, Raiders are a tier 2 vehicle for the Dark Elder. Not a lot of HP, but they come equipped with the Dark Lance for dealing with light vehicles, not really the heavy ones. And what you can actually do is you can station your troops onto the Raider, and your troops will be able to fire out from it. So this gives a little bit of extra protection to your squads due to the vehicle armor. And Raiders can also jump, and when they land, they emit this kind of pulse that can knock back units. So, and it breaks their morale as well, I think. But yeah, you can use that combo to sort of jump in, knock everything back and then gun them down, basically. So, but I would not recommend, you know, going this way, because if you start off with the barracks or the Dark Foundry in tier 1, you don't tend to build the other until much later when your economy is looking pretty stable. Either way, I'll show you this opening anyway because it is quite funny. So I'll just start with the Hall of Blood, 3 mandrakes, and a generator. Now, this build can be good against like masses of infantry. If your opponent is purely just going for that infantry mass, yeah, it can be quite nice just jumping in and knocking them around and making them easy targets. So 3 mandrakes coming out, and we're also going to make the homunculus later on, so we need to get the laboratory up when we can. But for the most of tier 1, we'll just be using our mandrakes for harassing and yeah, all that good stuff. So that's why we will need the infiltration, just to make it a bit more difficult for our enemy to deal with. I just realized we are up against sisters though, so the missionaries will be able to detect, but that's fine. Anyway, build up your LPs as usual. You can use 2 Mandrake squads to go out and harass while the third one keeps capturing your points. That is also doable. So for example, I'll get this Mandrake squad out now to just go and harass. Hopefully your opponent won't catch on to what you're doing, so yeah. Now our mandrakes are infiltrated, that's very nice. Yeah, so this does leave you open to getting rushed, basically. But 3 mandrakes is actually not bad, you know. They do pretty good damage in melee. And okay, now we get the laboratory going. Decap this, why not? Let's see what how much havoc we can cause here. Is that missionary? Yep. Missionaries everywhere, oh my goodness. Okay, hopefully they'll become infiltrated now. Yep, sweet, okay. It's always a good idea to also reinforce your mandrakes, because 3 mandrakes, you know, only 975 health, that's what? Quick math. Just roughly 300 something HP each. They're not very strong, so just get some extra units just to make them a bit more durable. Laboratory almost done. We are going to now get the homunculus going. And basically, once our homunculus is up, we should be just focusing on getting to tier 2 now. Okay? Probably just delete these missionaries just so that they don't keep detecting me. 4 and 5. Yep, cool. Now we go tier 2. Fast tier 2, guys, remember? Oh, that's not good. Kill. There we go. Sweet. I ran away. Oh no. Oh no, that's a blunder. I had no idea. I wasn't paying attention. Always pay attention, guys. Come on. Alright, homunculus is out. We just cause some shenanigans with our homunculus here. And we will need a slave chamber. And also warriors, right? Warriors that will also be reinforced up to full. Well, the more warriors, the better. Now the homunculus has this amazing ability, Torture Amp. And what that does is he puts up this little speaker looking thing. And it slows down enemies as well as weakens their attack speed. And it's really useful to it's useful because you can easily chase any units that are trying to retreat, or trying to quickly close into your squads. This will just slow them right down, and you can just gun them down, or even melee them, honestly. So we'll just chill around our Torture Amp here just for extra protection, and we'll attach our Homunculus to the warriors. And we'll start building our Dark Foundry, actually. Could have built that earlier. See how much slower these Seraphims are moving? We can just easily get in. But it is like a limited radius, so if a squad gets further enough away, they can just get right out of there. But yeah, now we just wait on our Dark Foundry to get the Raiders. Raiders are pretty cheap as well. It's just that they're, very, very weak. And we need the Soulseeker ammunition, obviously. Give us more accuracy with our weapons here. Add the Sybarite, why not? We'll just catch these Battle Sisters out. Oh, look at all that damage, isn't it beautiful? Torture M goes down, but we can just make another one. See how they try to retreat? We can just go in now and just chase. And just gun them down. And that's a whole squad lost. Dark Foundry is done. Let's make 2 Raiders. Can't make 2 yet, just the 1. Okay, 2. Get another plasma generator going. Okay, we'll just wait for our opponent to sort of mass infantry, just so we've got something to work with here. So this is where this build works best. If your opponent has a massive infantry to deal with, yeah, that's good. Cool. So we'll just bring our Raider out here, and you'll see when I put my squad inside, now they can shoot out from the ship. Pretty neat stuff. Having more than 6 units means that I don't know how it works it out, but like if I had 5 warriors and then 1 homunculus, then the homunculus would be able to shoot out. But because I have more, I don't know how it orders which weapons have priority. Oh shit, what am I doing here? But yeah, so the homunculus can actually shoot out of the vehicle, if just depending on how many units are in the squad. Alright, cool. So we got our 2 raiders here with our warriors on. Now we just go in, and let's say this mess here, we just jump. Let's just try that again, right? Let's do it properly. Let's do this properly, guys. Okay. Jump in here. And then you see when they land, boom, it does this little knockback thing, and also like reduces the morale. And as you can see, my warriors are still shooting out from this ship, but it's good because they're not taking the morale damage from these flamers. And yeah, there's just extra protection. It's really nice, and they deal their normal damage. As far as I know, it didn't say anything otherwise on the guide. But yeah, we can just shoot out. This cannoness is really doing a lot of damage to these vehicles. Okay, so not that strong, not pretty weak vehicles, but these are tier 2 units. So are they? Yeah, Celestians. So yeah, no, this one it's a bit just be careful with this one, guys. That's all I can say about it, really. The benefit really is just the jumping, right? And the morale breakage. But other than that, it's kind of... yeah, it's not that good. But from here we can, you know, go for the Witch Court Arena. We can make a Talos. That's actually what Luna suggested. I think she meant like you're supposed to combo the Talos with the Raiders. That would make a lot of sense actually. Yeah, that would make heaps of sense. Just so that your Raiders aren't being focused down. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Those are 4 excellent Dark Builder, Dark Elder build orders, not Dark Builders. So yeah, and with that, guys, this whole series is finally over. That's it. 9 races done and dusted. So while we're getting our, you know, ass kicked by the sisters here, I just want to say a huge thanks to everyone who's supported this series. Yeah, wow, just feedback has just been amazing. I've had a lot of fun making these videos, and yeah, you know, it's been great. Hopefully now I can move on to, you know, I know Unification mod build orders. People have been asking for those. Ultimate Apocalypse. Basically, the build orders have not died yet, so stay tuned for more of those. I'm trying my best to be as thankful as possible while microing here. But yeah, again, guys, just thank you guys so much. You know, I can't believe I already hit over 200 subscribers. That's so crazy to me. I wasn't really expecting much from starting this channel, but you know, here we are. So just want to say thanks a lot. Okay, that's it. Okay, cheers.